What is going on, guys? Spooky Guy 444 here, coming at you with a one-of-a-kind brand new series to my channel, Display Vlogs. You heard that correctly. I am going to be doing an entire full series going over my builds, setup, and process for my Halloween 2025 display. Now, you might be confused. Spooky Guy, I thought you were running a commercial haunt. I thought you didn't do a display anymore. Well, I'm going to explain that now. Unfortunately, around probably the late spring, I started talking with the owners of the farm that I did Creekside Terror at, and they are not letting me come back due to something with the insurance policy, not allowing a scary trail. I don't really believe them, and I just don't think they wanted to continue the project, which is unfortunate because I think it could have been really good, but I won't get into that. I've already let my frustrations out elsewhere, but unfortunately, I won't be doing Creekside Terror for the foreseeable future. I am still trying to find somewhere else to do it, but I haven't really had the luck, and that'll now have to be something that I bring into 2026. Hopefully. We'll see, though. But for this year, I'm doing a very, very large Halloween display. The biggest I have ever done. It is going to be so big that I have to take up 3 yards, 3 houses, in order to put this together. It is going to be massive because, as you can see, we have a lot to go through, and this is only the garage. That don't count the house and the basement. So today we are going to be going over some small plans, some ideas, along with getting some smaller stuff out and really trying to get a preliminary idea of what I want to do for this big yard display, make it into an event perhaps as well. I think that'd be really cool. So without further ado, we're going to start doing that, getting some smaller items out. I want to try and make these videos about 20-ish minutes just to kind of, expand out the runtime, make them feel a lot more fleshed out, nothing too short. I want them to be like full videos that you guys can really sit down and enjoy. So how often they release is going to be pretty spontaneous, but let's see how much we can get done today in today's vlog. I'm Spooky Guy 444, and this is part 1 of making my giant yard display. Here we go. So before we even go out front, it looks like we got to get some stuff out of my car. This stuff's been sitting in here for forever, pretty much. So I thought, why don't I show you guys some stuff that I got for the yard? Just pull it out of my car. So obviously, starting off here, we have a absolute highlight pumpkin from Home Depot this year. This is the candy corn teeth seed corn. It's not candy corn. I have the pumpkin seed teeth pumpkin. I love the design. It's such a great caricature. It really has a nice look. I believe it's SVI. And then I can't see the flame light here, but lights up like all the other pumpkins. It's a very nice size too. I think it was 25, maybe 30, and I think that was worth it. It's a really nice pumpkin. The way that I'm doing the display this year is my yard's going to be cemetery, the middle yard is going to be harvest, and then the farthest yard to the right is going to be nautical. And I have enough stuff to do all of those, so it's going to be very exciting. But yeah, pumpkin. Ultra posable pixie. I actually have 2 of these. Just the other one was in my front seat and I took it out the other day, but yeah, amazing product. Oh my gosh, I love this thing so much. The look is awesome. This feels higher quality than the regular Ultra Skeletons. Like, it looks really good, and like, I love it. So the plan with the pixies is I have 2 murderous maples. If you guys know, I got the one on drop, and I actually got a second one for the Leesport Flea Market for 150 bucks, which is an amazing deal. But I'm going to be hanging them off of the maples, kind of make it look like they're flying around and have this little whimsical forest type area to transition from the hearse, because I'm putting the hearse out. I'm gonna have it be like a transition from the hearse to the rest of the cemetery. Very excited to put the hearse out. It hasn't seen the light of day since I bought it. But yeah, pixies are awesome. Love them. They look super cool. Excited to put these out. Here's one that I feel like is honestly kind of underrated from Home Depot this year. This is the 30-inch cathedral tombstone. A lot of people don't like it because of the design. They think it looks really weird, but I am an absolute sucker for that Gothic architecture type of stuff. Obviously, if you guys are like really OG fans, you know that my haunt in 2022 was based around a Gothic church, and this is awesome. I love the look of this. The detail is awesome on it. Of course, blow mold Home Depot tombstones, you can't go wrong. My entire yard this year is going to be blow mold and resin tombstones. I am getting rid of all of my foam ones except for maybe 2. And yeah, no exception here with this one. Absolutely love it. Definitely a highlight of the collection. This is the 36-inch tall tombstone. I think it's 36 inch, if not it's 32. But yeah, this one's really cool. It's simple, I love it. I always like those like really simple, like not super crazy looking ones because they make for nice background accent pieces. And this is no different at all. It looks super cool, love it, happy with it, putting it out. And it actually has an interesting new tech with how they kind of make these tombstones. These slide out for the stakes, and I, for one, love that. This one is strangely heavier than the rest, but this is the 30-inch skull cross. Another one from Depot. It's very nice. I have a lot of crosses now, and I do really like the design of this one. I have the Depot one from I think last year or the year before. Really like that one as well. And yeah, it's always nice to add more crosses. So this is what I wasn't even expecting to get because my stores didn't have it for the longest time, but I am not complaining. I was super happy I was able to find it. So I went into Depot the other day to get an order that I placed for another tombstone I'm going to pull out in a second. But I get there and I decide to, just check the Halloween section for fun, stim a little bit. I get there and they have the ultra posable demons. They had 2 of them and I bought both. Yeah, love the demons. They look super cool. The sculpt work is awesome. To me, they're kind of like, they are basically just the ultra posable with a lot of crazy like work done to them. But I think it was done a lot better than something like, let's say, Deadwood, 12-foot Deadwood. And yeah, they look great. I love them. So my plan for them is to kind of have them on like hang stands, like the stands that have the hooks on them that I can stake them to the ground to make it look like they're floating. And then they're going to be holding like a weapon of some sort. Probably a spear is ideal. And then with the spears, I will have them on both sides of Predator of the Night on the end side of my cemetery display. So I think that's going to look really cool. Very excited for that. Very happy I was able to get 2 of these. They look awesome. I'm not using this, but I got this at Target. What do you think, guys? It's the hanging alien. I got it from Target.
I am enjoying your activity of trick and or treating.
What I think is probably the best tombstone that we have gotten from any store. 36-inch wide tombstone. I love this thing so much. The size is unbelievable in person. This thing is absolutely massive. It has got to be, it's insane. Like, I can't believe it. It's such a crazy centerpiece item. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it just yet. I think the plan is going to have one of my animatronics standing behind it. I just don't know who yet. But yeah, I love this thing. And yeah, that is everything out of my car. So the plan right now is the tombstones that we got out, along with some other stuff that's in my garage that I'll show you here in a second, we're going to put out front right now, along with my 8-foot obelisk from Depot. I'm also going to set outside today, and we can kind of start building preliminary. Of course, we can't do anything with the pixies and the demons yet until we get at least the maples up. So that might also be in today's vlog. We'll see. But I will cut back once we have some of the stuff in the yard. All right, so now we can go over some of the stuff that we have done so far. Starting with this side, I got pretty much all of my 2025 Depot tombstones up. I don't think there's any that are missing from the yard. Like, yeah, I got all of them up. We have the obelisk standing up right here. That's gonna be the main centerpiece of the cemetery in terms of stone-wise. However, right here, we're gonna be putting the 9-foot zombie. And I think that's gonna look really, really cool. Down here, we have all the tombstones. These ones here, this one, that small one back there, and then that one right there are actually from Marshall's. It's a 3-pack that comes in that box right there. I think it's $50 if I'm not mistaken. Really worth it. Come with nice metal stakes. They are kind of difficult to get in the ground, as you can see from some of them, but they are very, very nice. I think I'm gonna actually try and readjust that one because I don't like how far it's leaning, but that one's good. This is a tombstone from last year, one of my favorites. Love the simplicity of it, looks really nice. I kind of just use hook stakes in the back there like that. If I need to reinforce them though, down the line, I definitely will. Right here in this section is going to be Predator of the Night. I've decided I'm going to put him right here with the Ultra Demons. And then over on this side, we are going to be putting the hearse. The hearse is going to go right here. And then the maples and stuff are going to start like up in this area right here. But the hearse is going to be like right back there. I think it's going to look really, really cool. And then along with the hearse, we're also going to have Timekeeper somewhere in here. I might bring the hearse like right here, have the trees in the back, but I don't know, we'll see. We have time to figure that part out. Headless statue, another favorite from Depot this year. Absolutely love it. This one doesn't come with stakes. So right now, it just has a temporary add-on. I kind of just have it wedged in between these rocks. Seems like it'll hold okay. It's a little windy today and we're not having any issues with the rocking. And then over here, we have 2 resin tombstones. I do have a lot of resin ones, just from Spirit. This is an at-home sample. And then This is the Haunted Mansion Madame Leota one from last year. Very, very cool. I couldn't get these two out, unfortunately, because I need to get them different stakes. They don't work with the stakes. This one's from Spirit this year. Really like this one. Has a nice lighting effect, and it's also outdoor rated. But then this is another at-home sample one. I went to an at-home sample sale back in July, and I got a lot of cool stuff, but you'll have to wait and see those for a little bit. Yeah, this is what we have done so far. I think the next thing we're gonna do is try and get more tombstones out, maybe the gargoyles, but I will cut back when we have some new additions. All right, it has been about 2 days since I last did an update on the display, so now we have a lot to go over, as you can see, but this is just the beginning. So I'm gonna go over some of the stuff we added, mainly significant stuff, along with some updates about what we're gonna be doing next. Obviously, we gotta start with Gravestone Ghoul, first animatronic to actually go out here. Love him. I think he's a really underrated one. Very, very cool. Happy to have him in here. Great background piece, and I think he's gonna look really nice here in the display. We got some more tombstones put up, a ton more tombstones actually. I got every single one of my tombstones up that are blow mold, and I have a few more resin ones I gotta put out still as well. But back here we also added the Lowe's Ultra Posable, which I kind of got to just experiment with, see if I liked it better than a Depot one, and they are pretty cool. I think I would still honestly go with a Depot one though, just quality wise overall, and just, but if you want the realism, I think the Lowe's Ultra is really, really good for that realism. We added the remake Home Depot Gargoyle, the gray stone colored textured variant. Like this one a lot better than the one we had last year, and I just love the way that this one comes out. I think it looks really nice in the cemetery, and I'm very, very happy with that. Scowling Sapling was also put outside today, and then the next thing we're actually going to be doing after Scowling Sapling is putting up a Murderous Maple here, and my second Murderous Maple I got at the Leesport Flea Market somewhere right in here to kind of create this mini forest scene, which I'm going to be having the Ultra Pixies hanging off of. I think that's going to look really, really awesome. We also added this skeleton right here. He's got the smile here on camera, just warning people about what we got going on. It looks very good here. Added some Depot statues back here. Lowe's Crow Pillar I got from an at-home sample sale, interestingly enough. But yeah, that's basically just the one they had at Lowe's a couple years ago. Added this guy. He already fell, but we can fix that, no problem. It's gonna be a little tricky. Might have to try and reinforce how he staked in there. It's just a little thing I got from Ross a couple years ago. And then I had these out. Down by the front there, the electrical box, but they fell from one gust of wind, and I decided I'm not dealing with it this year, so we're not going to use them. It doesn't cover up the whole side of the yard anyway. It covers up from like the pot to the maybe that tombstone, so it's not worth it. But now that we have gone through all this, our next steps are actually going to be putting up the Murderous Maples. So I am going to get my tripod stand, set it up, and we are going to do a time lapse of me setting up all the Murderous Maples over there. Very excited. Let's get right into it. All right, and now we have gotten both maples up. This one seems pretty okay, but this one I am honestly pretty worried about. This is my original from last year. He did fall at one point during takedown, and I think that is gonna be a problem, because I think it bent the metal, and it's kind of causing this piece down here to not want to push in all the way, which causes him to lean like crazy. So I think something that's gonna be on my shopping list for this week is guide wire that I can put behind him and just pull his whole body back, because he's gonna need it. But the next thing we're gonna do is actually put my Ultra Pixies on both of these trees. I think I'm gonna have one in the middle to kind of stabilize it, and then one over on this side. I think it'll look really, really cool. And that is pretty much it for this whole section here. The next thing we're going to be putting up is Immortal Nightwalker. Hopefully can get to that tonight. If not, you're going to see a jump cut, and it's going to be the next day where I'm putting him up, but he's going to go right back in that corner. Very excited to put him up. So next thing you're going to see is a time lapse with Immortal Nightwalker. Here we go. All right, as you can see, it is a little dark outside now, but we have made a lot of progress. Starting with right here, we have the maples up. We have this one over here nice and secured now. I don't think it's gonna bulge much, knock on wood. But we have the pixies hanging off the trees. This one we have flying, and this one over here, we have sitting in the tree looking at guests. I'll probably end up changing his pose, I don't know. I do like him like that though. I think he looks really cool, kind of chilling off the tree like that. He is secure, he should be all right. If not, I'll probably end up screwing his hand and his butt into the tree just to help him stand, but I think that looks all right there. I do really like that. And then coming over here, we added the ultra posable demons into their scene, and this came out so much better than I envisioned, honestly. It's better than what I imagined it would be. It was inspired by Army of Darkness, obviously the skeleton army, of course, and these look really good. I got the shield and sword from Spirit. These guys are going to be kind of like sentries that go with Predator of the Night, who is going to go right in the middle of the scene, and I think it's going to look really, really cool. Definitely a really big fan of how this one came out. I really like how this one's posed. I think it just fits super well, and I think it looks really good. The hangs, hook stake things were from Home Depot. I think they look really nice on them, and yeah, very, very happy with that. And finally, the Immortal Nightwalker. He is set up, he's ready to go. You saw me do that time lapse and struggle to set him up for the second time. If you saw in the time lapse, I actually did bend his arm down. I think the arm looks better bent down like that. It just, I don't know, makes him look a lot less stiff, and I really love him. He looks really, really cool in the display right now. Was actually iffy on keeping him, as you guys may remember, but gotta say, him out in this setting, I think he's great, love it, and I'm definitely gonna be holding on to him for some long, long times. Looks very good. He's on, he works. I'll play a demo for you guys right now.
Let me taste your precious soul. The next sunrise is far away, and we can play together in the pale shadows of the night.
But that is gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy this part 1 of the display vlog. We have a lot more work to do. I'm very excited, but I think what we've done in just this episode has been a lot of really good progress, and I'm very excited to get the rest of this out and ready to go. So with that being said, I'm Spooky Guy 444. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.